James, 2016 was obviously a pretty big year for you, mate. A nice break though. You're feeling ready heading into 2017?
Yeah, it was a pretty good break. Obviously, it was a bit up and down. I had a good breakaway, but then I had come back and had 2 surgeries. So I had surgery on my nose, which was needed for a while. I broke it a few times last year, but then before that, I was always pretty blocked up in that. So I sort of just cleared my airways and sinuses and that a bit. So that's feeling really good at the moment. It's much easier to train and sleep and that with clear airways. And then I had screws and wires taken out of my knee, which was sort of just a bit of awareness in there and annoying me a bit at the back end of the year. So sort of taking them out and just sort of slowly got into it now. But everything's feeling good. Obviously, I haven't done much, to be honest. I've just sort of got the body ready for the upcoming year. So I think once New Year starts, I'll start to really hit the ground running.
Obviously, a lot of rep footy during the year. I guess obviously only the Prime Minister's 13 at the end of the year. I guess was it hard to watch that Four Nations, kind of knowing that you might have been there?
Not really. To be honest, I didn't really watch much. I sort of enjoyed my break a bit, and I was happy just to get away from footy for a bit. To be honest, it would have been good to be on that tour and get a bit of experience. And if I was lucky enough to get a game, that would have been good. But there's still plenty of time to sort of earn that Kangaroos jersey. And I think if I can have another strong year this year, then hopefully I can get in the World Cup squad. So still plenty of time, and obviously it's still a goal of mine. But I wasn't too down about it.
One for you, mate, that you did make and had a crack of a game was the Origin team. I guess, what did you take away from that whole experience?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Obviously, it was a big dream of mine to play Origin. It's every kid's dream, I think. And the whole experience was pretty good. Obviously, it was sort of a dead rubber, and there wasn't too much pressure on everyone. But just being in the camp with guys like Woodsy, who sort of he's always cool, calm, collected. So it's pretty relaxing being around him and just running out there. I remember Woodsy sort of pushed me out the front, running out in that game, and I think I was third from the front, and just that feeling of running out it's pretty hard to explain, but probably a feeling I don't think I'll be able to top. So and getting a win also was awesome. So hopefully I can have a start strong this year and hopefully get another shot at it.
Do you think kind of having that game takes a bit of pressure off this year? There's not kind of that talk of kind of will you be there, won't you be there?
Yeah, there still sort of is. There's still a lot of talk about it, but I think that's always going to be the case. Everybody's talking about it already and the season hasn't started. But I still don't like to put too much pressure on myself. I just want to focus on playing good footy for the Tigers, and I think that's sort of a main goal this year is to boost our way up the ladder, because we ended strongly last year, so if we can take that form into this year. But if I'm playing good footy, then hopefully I can wear on the spot.
A couple of frustrating knocks for you throughout the year. You can't talk about the knee, but I guess the jaw and the shoulder and the nose. Was that frustrating for you to deal with?
Yeah, a little bit. Everything happens for a reason, so I wasn't too down about it. But I was pretty happy it wasn't anything to do with my knee or ankle that I've had previous troubles with. These were sort of just contact sort of injuries on the bones, which are pretty hard to avoid. So I've definitely taken preparation with my knees and that sort of stuff pretty seriously, and to have those sort of knock-in injuries, contact injuries, are pretty frustrating. But they've both recovered pretty well, and it's just pretty devastating to see us all, Josh. Get done with that earlier in the pre-season training. So it is a hard knock, but you come back pretty stronger from it.
I guess when you talk about timing, the jaw in particular was a really hard one, I'm sure, to take, being so close on the back of a couple of winning runs. I guess, how did you kind of find that kind of 4-week process? Yeah,
it was pretty frustrating. Obviously, when I first did it, I thought I'd be out for about 3 months, and then we were sort of pushing. If we made the finals, I could have pushed for that first week of the semis, which would have been pretty touch and go, but would have been awesome if we could. Obviously, we were hitting some form there late into the season, and obviously it was disappointing not to be there in those last few games to sort of push for that final spot. But I think the boys all took confidence out of those last few games, and we'll take that into this year.
Yeah, as you say, a number of strong performances throughout 2016 from a team point of view. I guess, what did you think the team kind of learnt most from the year?
I think we learned to hang tough. I think that game against Cowboys was probably one of our best, where we sort of took it to the reigning premiers, and we toughed it out for the whole game. I think we showed that throughout the year, but just our consistency at times definitely let us down. So I think we sort of took that confidence from that game into the end of the year, and I think a lot of boys, we can see through the start of pre-season now, all the boys are really working hard, and a lot of positive energy around the place, which is great to see, and everyone's working for each other, and everyone's just enjoying their time here. So I think that's the main thing. Everyone's enjoying themselves, and we can take that positivity into the year.
I guess a lot's always kind of made about your combination with Mitch and Brooksy. I guess how did you find them, working with them throughout the year and how they're developing?
Yeah, I think they were great. Obviously, as I said, the more we play together and the older, the more experience we get, the better we're going to get together. And I thought Mitch had a pretty breakout year last year. It was awesome, especially the back end of the year. He sort of took the reins a bit, and Brooksy was out for a bit with injury as well. So Mitch really stood up, and both of them, if they're firing this year, we're definitely going to be playing good footy. So they've both been looking pretty good at training. So it's pretty exciting to start the year.
Obviously, you're still so young, mate, but you've been in the NRL a while now. I guess, how do you approach this year now? Is there any different mentality heading into 2017?
Probably just look after my body. I think that's the main fault that I've been over the years, always just sort of in the wars and getting injured and that sort of stuff. So I think preparation, recovery and rehab is something I need to just take into consideration. You look at guys like Darius Boyd and even Smith and Thurston, that they've been in the game so long and they just play every game and don't get injured, and that's why they're so good, because they're just playing consistent footy. So still only young, but that's definitely something I'm focusing on going into this year.
And is that kind of the thing that you're trying to improve most on? Is there anything in particular you're particularly trying to work on?
There's still obviously heaps to improve on. I think consistency is probably the best one, where I'll throw a good pass, but I won't throw a good pass, and I think that's something that's got to keep working on. You can only get better if you keep practicing. So definitely, I think my defence has improved last year, but I think it needs to get better with just as a team. I think looking at other fullbacks, getting in the line, knowing when to get in the line or stay out. Guys like Darius Boyd, he was awesome at it last year. So watched a bit of video of that. Work with Webby, he's been awesome for me. Just being consistent, I think.
Matt, I'm sure you're sick of talking about personal notes, but for you, the Dally M fullback of the year, did that sink in at all?
Yeah, not really, to be honest. Went to Vegas the next day, so I didn't really think about it that much. But obviously that's an awesome achievement for me. I think I was there last year, and I saw Roger Tuivasa-Sheck get it, and I was thought that'd be a pretty good honour. The next year, I was lucky enough to receive it. So it's pretty good to be up there amongst the best players in the game, being on stage with the best players in their position. So I guess I'll take confidence into that this year, knowing that last year I was named the top fullback, so I want to be playing like that this year.
And I guess, mate, for you, obviously, you've been in the NRL now kind of 5 or 6 seasons. I guess you've seen a couple of different West Tigers teams. In terms of the one that we've got here in 2017, how far can the team go?
I can go very far. I think there's a lot of young guys impressing at training. I think guys like Jacob Little, I reckon he's a future gun. He's like a young Cameron Smith, I reckon. His running game and how he controls the game, his defence is really impressive. I think having Matty Ballin here with him as well is they can't ask for a better mentor there. And the young squad we've developed over the years, everyone's got experience now. Everyone's played pretty much over 50 games, and we're all enjoying each other's company. So I think there's no excuse for us to definitely make the top 8. So we've definitely got that in our sights, and if we can keep our strong team on the paddock, there's no reason why we can't.